Hello, my name is Zach Angelis. I'm a second degree black belt instructor in Tuxedo at ICC Karate, and this is part three, third video of my series Road to Black Belt. In this video, we're gonna go over all the basic kicks in standing, slide up, and skip up. Alright, so all of these kicks will be in a fighting stance. So we're gonna start with front kick. Push your basic fighting stance with your hands up. Left leg or right leg, depending on what hand you right with or your dominant hand. But since I'm a righty, I'm going to start with my left foot forward. For your front kick, you're going to first bring it up like this, like you're balancing, and then you're going to hit with the bottom of the ball of your foot, and you're going to be pushing out like this. That would be a front kick. For all of these kicks, you would want to do three things. First, it would be to bring it up, and then the extension kick, and then the recoil, and then you put it back down for every kick we're about to do, or that I'm going to show you. So for the front kick, it's up, you're going to extend it out, ball of your foot, and then bring it back. Now, there's a different kick called a snap kick that people confuse us about, where you hit with the bottom of your foot. This is not what that is. So you're gonna hit with the bottom of your foot instead of the top of your foot. This is a slide up front kick, and this is a skip up front kick. There's also more like these. Okay, so like the snap kick that I showed you earlier, so kind of like hitting with the top of your foot, this one's called a round kick. So in your fighting stance, you're going to be hitting with the top of your foot, and you're going to be kicking around to the side of someone or something. And what you're going to be doing is pointing your toes instead of leaving it like this, where it's like a front kick facing up. You're going to point it down and turn it like this, kicking with the top of your foot. This foot right here, when you kick, should not be, well, you shouldn't be kicking it like this, because it's kind of hard to round kick when it's just facing this way or like this way. You want to try to turn your foot as you kick. So as you pivot and turn, as you send your whole body into it, you want to turn your bottom foot that's on the floor so you can kick a little better. Same thing applies with the three steps: the hold, the kick, extension, and then the recoil, and then you put it down. Now this is a slide up round kick, this is a skip up round kick, and then these are the other round kicks. Yay. Alright, next up is side kick. So instead of being like a squared up fighting stance, you want to go more of a sideways fighting stance. And what you want to do is the first step is kind of bring it up like a front kick, like you're kicking this way, almost like a front kick, but it's a little more to the side. And then you're going to be kicking with your heel and extending. When you extend, you're going to be kicking with your heel, toes pointed back, so you don't kick with the top of your foot or your toes or anything. And you want it to be at least waist level or higher, depending on your flexibility. And the same thing applies with like the side kick. Like just like the round kick, you want to turn your foot as you kick. So when you side kick, it's the hold, extend, and the recoil, and then back down. Same thing applies to the other one. Hold, extend, back, down. This is a slide up. This is a skip up. And these are the other ones. Alright, for this next kick, it's called an inside crescent. In your fighting stance, your squared up fighting stance, you're going to be hitting with the inside of your foot. So not with the top of your foot this time, you're going to be hitting with the inside. And you're going to be hitting around like someone's face. Now let me face you. When you kick, you want to try to bring it up as high as you can and try to keep it straight, whipping it around with your hips. And then when you kick, after you kick, you want to try to keep it above the ground instead of like going like this, because you're working your whole body. You want to try to stop it before it goes to the ground so you can recoil and come back in your fighting stance. Same thing with the other side. Easy enough. This is a slide up. And these are other ones. Okay, so we went over inside crescent, now outside crescent. So, of course, you know inside crescent is hitting with the inside of the foot. Now, outside crescent is going to be hitting with the outside of your foot. So, instead of going inside, you know outside. Now, both of these kicks, I forgot to mention, are usually done with the back leg because it generates more power than it does just from your front leg. So, hitting with the back leg will be way stronger than just from here, like that. So for the outside crescent, you want to bring it all the way around instead of going in. All the way around, you're gonna point your knee toward your target, and when you kick, you want to like whip your hips around. So altogether, it would be here whip, or knee, and you whip it around, and then set down. Now, keep in mind, same thing applies. Don't just like bring it down automatically. You want to control your foot before it controls you. So knee, whip, and down. Now this is slide up, and then these are the other ones. Alright, so another easy kick that I'm going to show you is called an axe kick. It's easy to remember because it's like an axe, just like it goes down. There's two kinds, there's inside axe and outside axe. The only difference is where you put your foot before you kick. But it doesn't really matter because you're doing the same thing. So I'll show you inside axe. Inside axe, all you do is you bring it up as high as you can. So bring it up, and then you're gonna bring it straight down. Easy enough. Straight down. Now for this one, you can put it down automatically, but if you don't want to, or if you want to try, you can try bringing it right before it touches the ground. So instead of going straight down like this, you can bring it down like that, just controlling it. Same thing for outside. So if it's in the back, you want to go like an outside crescent, just straight down like this. The other side. Okay. This is slide up. This is skip up. And these are the other ones. Alright, so this one is like the complete opposite of a round kick. It's called a hook kick. So just like you're going like, instead of going like this, you're gonna go hook around like this. Now it's called a hook kick because of the obvious reason. You're hooking your leg around. But for this one, what you want to do, you can do it in your lead leg, and you can stay sideways like a side kick. What you want to do is bring it out like you can bring it out like this, foot kicking, or you can bring it like this, foot kick. But you're going to be kicking with your heel, and you'll be kicking your leg around, bringing it up first, and then hooking your leg, and then rechambering or recoiling. So for the fold would be like this, like a side kick, hook, and then back down. Same thing applies with your leg. Pivot as you're kicking. Same thing the other side. There's also slide up, skip up, and other versions. This next one is one of the easier kicks called a back kick. Basically in your fighting stance, you're not even going to be kicking forward at all, you're going to be kicking backwards like a donkey. That's what a lot of people, it reminds them of that. So in your fighting stance, you would be facing whatever way you're facing. If you have a bag or a pad right here, this is what you would be kicking. So what you want to do with the leg you want to kick with, depending on what leg you want to kick with, would be in the back, and that would be the same shoulder you're kicking with, or same shoulder you're looking over to kick with. So if I want to kick with my right, I'd be facing this way, whatever's on this side doesn't apply. And then you would look over whatever leg you're kicking with, the shoulder. And since I'm kicking with my right leg, looking over your right shoulder, and all you're doing is kicking straight back. You would want to bring it up, kind of almost like a front kick, and then you want to just kick straight back, just extend all the way back like that. Same thing with the other side. If I was doing it with my left leg, by any chance, I'd look over my left shoulder, kick with my left kick or left leg, and kick straight back. Same thing. This is another version of a back kick. Alright, so this last kick is called a twist kick, and it's kind of like a round kick, hitting with the top of your foot and turning, but you're not going to be turning the same way. You're going to be kind of facing forward, and instead of a round kick just like this, you're going to be kicking the opposite way and pointing your knee like an outside crescent and hitting like that. Same thing to the other side. Instead of round kick, you're going to be pointing your knee like an outside crescent and hitting with the top of your foot like that. Instead of bringing it around, you're just going to kick and then put it back like that. This is a slide up, skip up, and other versions.